Oftentimes, it seems like people don't realize what's attached to the dollar and what makes the dollar strong or weak out here on the world stage. But a lot of this has to do with the debt. As I've talked about before, some of the biggest buyers of our debt seem to be our biggest adversaries out here on the world stage. The biggest being China. Now we have Japan and China being at the forefront of buying our debt, and here recently there's been announcements and talk of dumping U.S. treasuries en masse. In dumping all of this which they have accumulated that is connected to the dollar, and at some point, some could argue that when you reach a certain level, that these individuals could call in the debt and say, hey, we want to come and we want to reap, what you owe us. And if you have nothing to give, what do you think is going to happen? You think that they were just going to give this whole time and not get anything out of it? Well, with the Federal Reserve, we know that this dollar is printed constantly with no backing of gold, no precious metals behind it. Now, we look around the globe and we can see that other currencies are trying to put gold and precious metals behind their currency to help stabilize it and prop it up. Specifically China, that has made that move in terms of backing their contracts with gold, especially the ones with Russia and other countries, their biggest allies. They're like, all right, if you want to stand that strong with us, we're going to back all of our stuff with gold that we do with you. Now, if the U.S. dollar continues to sink and fall, then you will see the Chinese currency rise. I don't care if the news wants to come out and say that it's tumbling, that it's weak against the dollar. I don't care what they want to say. When they've got a money or a currency that is backed by gold on contracts that more and more countries around the globe are flocking to as they're ditching the dollar, it is obvious that it's going to strengthen. Now, what I see happening is them using your TV and all this information that they pump you full of to keep you buffaloed until that time comes. And then it's going to be too late because you were so tuned in to the mainstream television and what they were saying that by the time the train hits you, well, that's when you're going to hear it coming. You have to have your eyes open. You have to see what's coming around the corner. It's obvious that where they're taking this U.S. dollar is not a pretty place. The debt continues to stack up. Astronomical amounts. No end in sight, no relief in sight, no fix to the problem except for a full-blown collapse. And in my opinion, if that happens, it's one that they know of, it's one that's well-timed, and it will be a handoff to a new global monetary system. It's what it will be. Even if China was to rise after the dollar fell, it wouldn't be for too long because they too depend on the United States, believe it or not, for a lot. They take in a lot of their food and their soy and their hog and all that they get from the United States at cheap prices. But I'm going to break this down a little bit further tonight. Underground World News Live, Dabu77. It'll be at 9 p.m. tonight, Eastern. I'll leave a link below, and I hope to see you guys there. Peace.